Breakfast cereals, often marketed as convenient, wholesome, and even heart-healthy, can conceal a hidden but powerful risk to liver health due to their high added sugar content. Many products labeled as low-fat, whole grain, or fortified still contain significant amounts of refined sugars, syrups, or high-fructose corn syrup, which can rapidly raise blood glucose levels and overwhelm the liver's metabolic capacity. Unlike the slow-digesting carbohydrates found in whole oats or unsweetened muesli, these sugars are absorbed quickly, forcing the liver to process a sudden influx of glucose and fructose. Fructose, in particular, is metabolized almost exclusively in the liver, where excessive amounts are converted into triglycerides, promoting fat accumulation and increasing the risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. The metabolic consequences of regularly consuming sugary cereals are insidious. The rapid sugar spike triggers an immediate insulin response, which, if repeated daily over months and years, contributes to insulin resistance, a key driver of liver fat accumulation. Insulin resistance prevents the liver from effectively regulating glucose and lipid metabolism, creating a vicious cycle in which each sugary meal compounds hepatic stress. Over time, this can progress from simple fat deposition to liver inflammation, oxidative stress, and even early stages of non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, NASH, a more severe and potentially irreversible form of liver damage. Many people underestimate the impact of sugary cereals because they are consumed at the start of the day, often alongside milk, fruit juice, or flavored yogurts, which further increases sugar intake. The cumulative effect is a morning sugar load that the liver must process in a single window of time, exacerbating triglyceride formation and oxidative stress. Even cereals marketed as high fiber can be problematic if the fiber is minimal or paired with large amounts of added sugar, as it cannot sufficiently slow glucose absorption to prevent hepatic overload. The appeal of sugary cereals is often reinforced by their taste and convenience, creating habitual consumption patterns from childhood into adulthood. For children and adolescents, whose livers are still developing and whose metabolic systems are highly sensitive to dietary inputs, repeated exposure to high-sugar breakfasts can set the stage for early-onset insulin resistance, liver fat accumulation, and long-term metabolic dysfunction. Adults are not immune. Even occasional reliance on sweetened cereals can contribute to cumulative liver stress, particularly when paired with other processed foods and sugary beverages throughout the day. Healthier alternatives, such as traditional oatmeal, unsweetened muesli, or whole grain porridge, provide complex carbohydrates and natural fiber that slow the release of glucose into the bloodstream. This moderated absorption reduces insulin spikes, minimizes hepatic triglyceride formation, and helps stabilize energy levels. Additionally, whole grains contain antioxidants, micronutrients, and bioactive compounds that further protect liver cells from oxidative damage and inflammation. Pairing these cereals with nuts, seeds, or unsweetened plant-based milk enhances satiety and supports metabolic stability, creating a protective effect that sugary cereals cannot replicate. The danger of sugary cereals is compounded by the perception that they are healthy or essential for a balanced breakfast, leading many consumers to underestimate the cumulative harm they can inflict on the liver. Even cereals with whole grains or fortified labels are no exception if sugar content remains high. Habitual consumption silently stresses hepatic fat metabolism, accelerates insulin resistance, and increases triglyceride accumulation, contributing to NAFLD and other metabolic disorders. In conclusion, the sugar hidden in breakfast cereals is a major, often overlooked contributor to liver stress and fat accumulation. While marketed as convenient and wholesome, these products can produce rapid blood sugar spikes, increase insulin resistance, and overload the liver's metabolic pathways, creating a long-term risk for NAFLD and progressive liver dysfunction. Choosing slow-release carbohydrate sources such as oatmeal or unsweetened muesli, rich in fiber and bioactive compounds, provides liver protection, stabilizes glucose metabolism, and reduces the cumulative burden of sugar on hepatic function. For anyone concerned about long-term liver health, reassessing breakfast choices is a critical step in mitigating silent but progressive liver damage.